All right, welcome to the Conversion Room podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Tuby Akinlosotu, and today I have a very special guest with me. His name is Gregory Jones, and I'd love you to introduce you to him. So, Gregory, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tuby.
All right.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. So, Gregory, tell us a little about who you are and what you do.
So, hi, my name is Greg Jones. I help service-based owners who are stuck in their business doing everything get out from the middle without breaking everything. I help people who earn between $500,000 and $3 million a year, but they're working 80 hours or 100 hours per week.
Wow.
Their team can't work without them because if they took a break, everything would fall apart. So I help them redesign their business from the inside out so that it functions so they can actually take a break. I help them find the dependency in their business that's keeping the founder stuck so that they can uncap the revenue that's been keeping them from growing.
Wow, you are speaking my language. You know, I love this topic. You said a very powerful word, dependency.
Yes.
Can you elaborate a little bit about that? What do you mean by like you find the dependency in their business?
So dependency, it differs from business to business, but most people, most entrepreneurs have been at this point one or multiple times. And it's essentially where you're stuck in the business. Everything flows through you. Every decision, every client, every revenue, every quality check flows through you. And what that does is that means the business is dependent and capped on you.
Wow.
Your revenue, your time, everything. And that ultimately caps your freedom. And so that's why most business owners and most founders feel trapped in their business. Even though from the outside, it looks like they're very successful, when they're in it and they're in the middle, they're not. They're trapped.
Wow. So they're trapped in their business. You help them find the dependencies. Do you have a certain process or something that you use to do this?
I do. I call it the founder freedom method. It consists of 3 steps. First, I help identify the problem. Then I help design a fix, and then we put it to work. So that's diagnose, design, and deploy. Just 3 steps, and that's all it takes. So the very first thing that I do is do the dependency map with a founder. I help them identify every step that flows through them, everything that's keeping the business triggered to them. And the next thing we do is we design a fix. We architect the business from underneath. That's one of the things that I do different. Most coaches deal with mindset, or they deal with helping make the team better. I help fix the layer underneath that. That's the way the business is architected. Because you see, most businesses, the systems that they use when they started aren't the systems that they can use after they start growing. They end up outgrowing the architecture, so you have to redesign it. And most entrepreneurs and most businesses do not do that. So I come in, I help redesign it, and part of my system is I use AI as a diagnostic tool.
Oh, nice.
But I don't use it like most people. I don't use it to help you write your email. I help you use it like an MRI machine in your company. I help you diagnose and find the bottlenecks that are capping your time and capping your revenue. So what that does, that allows you to quickly identify the issues, quickly design a solution, and then quickly execute and install it within your business. And that's one of the big distinguishers for me, is you don't just walk away with lessons or roadmap, you walk out with an actual installation and architecture inside your business.
Wow. You said a lot of terms. It sounds like I'm building a house.
Yes.
You said like architecture and the foundation. I mean, it reminds me of like a house, but you said something about outgrowing the house and, you know, fixing the foundation. And my mind just went into like homes and remodeling your home.
That's
and
correct.
You know, when you have an issue in the home, you got to go down and see what's causing it,
Yes.
right?
Imagine if you went to remodel your home, but you remodeled it on a cracked foundation. You'd go within a year, your beautiful new kitchen that you just built would start to get cracks in it. Our businesses are the same way. If we take a new system or framework and we just put it on top of the cracked foundation, the cracked architecture in our business, within a year, we're going to outscale it. Our teams will start falling apart. Our revenue will stop flowing. We'll start losing clients. And that's what a lot of businesses experience.
Wow. I definitely don't want to experience that. Thank God you came up with this, Greg.
Yes, thank
So good, because I know so many business owners, what we want is freedom.
Yes.
However, we sometimes traded 9 to 5 for 24/7, right?
Yes.
And then it's like, wow, this is not what we signed up for. So cool to think about this. So you have this amazing process, you have this amazing way you use AI and things like that. Can you walk us through a little bit about the results people would get or expect to get when using your systems and your
So,
framework?
yes, absolutely. One founder that I've worked with, he had just spent over 40,000 on coaches, consultants, and he got a lot of information, but nothing changed in his business. He was working 70 hours a week. After working with me, we went in, we started working with him. And as I was working with him, I noticed a pattern. And it's the same pattern that I've been doing in the intelligence community, helping hunt for over 20 years.
Wow.
In that world, I helped hunt down hackers in very complex systems for the government. And with that ability, I led a world-class team that specialized in finding these hackers. And my job was to find the hidden patterns in the complex systems that nobody else could see. So that's what I do is I come in and do that. So for this particular business owner, he was making about 1.4 million, working 70 plus hours. After we went through the process, he went down to working 42 hours a week. He could take 2 weeks off without his phone blowing up, without being on email. He could actually be present with his family. And his sales revenue went up 50%.
Wow. Can you imagine? That's priceless. Wow. Working less, making more, and getting to spend time with the people we love the most.
Absolutely.
Wow.
That's why we all got into this. We wanted freedom, but what we actually end up becoming is prisoners unless we fix the business, unless we fix the architecture as we grow.
Wow. I hope every business owner is listening to this. Greg, this is amazing because, like you said, all the reasons we got into business, when you talk about family and freedom and peace, I mean, that's what we want, right?
Absolutely.
And so amazing that you're also using AI and your background is with the security and with all this stuff. I believe it gave you a huge up. So would you say that's your main differentiator? I know you mentioned a couple other things. What would you say is the biggest thing that makes you stand out in the marketplace?
I think there's a number of things, but I think the two biggest ones that come out is using AI. AI is such a marvelous tool right now, and I know there's a lot of fear associated with that, but it's just a tool at the end of the day. And like any tool, you can use it for good or bad. You can use it for simple tasks or complex tasks. And what I do, I use it for both, but the most powerful thing I use it for is to help help you move at scale, to find the patterns, to take massive amounts of data, especially from a complex business, and simplify it so that you can find the bottlenecks fast, so that you can find where you're the bottleneck, where the business is running through you, and unlock that. And that unlocks your time, and that unlocks your growth potential from a revenue perspective. So that's one thing that I do. The other thing that I do is just being able to see the hidden patterns. You know, my background is in mathematics and computer science, and seeing patterns along with the computer forensics and hunting for bad guys, you know, seeing patterns is a special gift. And it's not something, especially when you're a business owner and you're in the fire every day, sometimes it's helpful to have someone from the outside with the ability to see the pattern quickly, distill it for you, simplify it for you, help you design the solution and implement it. And that's installation. That's better than education. So it's one of the differentiators is I help install and I help execute quickly, not just educate.
Wow. My mind is on patterns because I feel like that is huge because what we don't measure, we can't change, right? What we don't know exists cannot be fixed. And so a lot of times we're just, as business owners, just running and doing things, but we're not actually looking at the patterns.
Right.
So this awareness is huge, Greg. So wow.
Absolutely.
This
What business owners tell me all the time is no one had ever shown them the design before. No one had ever shown them the pattern before. And then once they saw it, they couldn't unsee it. And once you make that shift, you transition from being a prisoner in your business to actually owning the business and actually thriving, actually experiencing freedom.
Wow, amazing. Wow. Greg, that is cool. Tell the people, you know what, I think everybody wants this. If you're a business owner, we definitely want this. Where could we find you? What do you have going on? If people wanted to work with you, Greg, tell the people where they could find you.
One of the best ways to find me is on YouTube. You can just look for Freedom or Founders Freedom on YouTube. Another way is through my website, withgregjones.com. If you go to my website right now, I've got a free training you could take that goes through all of this. It's a 45-minute training, no strings attached, just me helping you walk through your business, teaching you tools such as the founder dependency map, the reactive architecture trap, and then I go through your business in 45 minutes, and it's there on my website. You can go to foundersfreedom.io/training. And that's how you can find me.
All right. Well, amazing. foundersfreedom.io/training. Okay, guys, you heard it. That's where to go. Get that assessment. Get that free training.
Free training.
Free. Oh my gosh. Get the free training with Greg Jones. So amazing. Greg, thank you so much. This has been
Absolutely.
a powerful conversation, and I think every business owner would appreciate this conversation.
Thank you very much, Dr.
So
James.
thanks for
I
coming,
appreciate
and we
your
look
time.
forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening, guys. Hey, thank you for stopping by the Conversion Room Podcast. This is your host, Dr. Tuby Akinlosotu. This is your place for all things transformational stories, tips on sales, systems for your business, and how to host your own strategic events. I'd love to host you as a speaker, and I'd love for you to share your story. Stop by again here for the latest episode of the Conversion Room Podcast.